Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, where we uncover the timeless beauty of the 1 shilling coins of the United Kingdom from 1953, 1956, 1957, 1959, and 1960, coins that today shine with huge collector value and undeniable historical charm. Struck during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, these rare pre-decimal pieces are now highly sought after for their elegant design, cultural importance, and scarcity in fine condition. With increasing demand among collectors worldwide, these shillings stand as treasures of British heritage and symbols of lasting worth. Let's get started up with the 1 shilling coin of the United Kingdom dated 1953 holds an extraordinary place in numismatic history and continues to attract immense attention from collectors around the world. This coin, minted in the very year of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, is not only a symbol of Britain's post-war heritage but also a rare gem for those who appreciate the artistry and historical essence behind coinage. In fine condition, the 1953 1 shilling reflects the pride of a nation stepping into a new era, with its designs showcasing both tradition and change. On the obverse, we see the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which became one of the most admired depictions of Her Majesty, while the reverse carries the detailed emblem of either the English or Scottish design depending on the variety. These features, paired with the coin's limited striking in that year, have made it increasingly desirable among serious numismatists. From a cultural and historical perspective, the 1953 1 shilling marks a major transition in the British monarchy and currency. It was issued during a time when the United Kingdom was recovering from the hardships of the Second World War, and it coincided with the optimism that surrounded Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. Coins of this period were not just everyday money, they were pieces of history that travelled through the hands of ordinary people during a time of hope and rebuilding. Collectors often seek these coins not only for their metallic value but also for the deeper cultural symbolism they carry. They connect us to the spirit of the 1950s, a decade that shaped modern Britain. The coin itself weighs 5.65 grams and has a diameter of 23.5 millimeters, struck in cupronickel, as Britain had moved away from silver coinage by this time. Its physical specifications may appear modest, but in the world of coin collecting, what truly drives value is rarity, condition, and demand, and the 1953 1 shilling excels in these areas. When it comes to key facts, the 1953 1 shilling was issued as part of the new coinage to honour the Queen's first official portrait. Both the English and Scottish reverses were struck, each reflecting the pride of the home nations. For collectors, this coin stands out as one of the first issues of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, which immediately elevates its historical importance. Over the decades, the limited availability of high-grade examples has pushed demand ever higher. Rarity plays a critical role in why this coin is so sought after today. While millions were produced for circulation, very few survived in pristine condition, and those graded at the highest levels have fetched staggering sums at auction. Collectors prize coins that retain sharp detail, minimal wear, and full original luster. A specimen graded at MS65, which is a gem uncirculated condition, has been recorded selling for as much as $43,000, while in some auction markets such as heritage auctions and even private listings on platforms like eBay, top examples have achieved figures up to $55,000. These values are not only remarkable but also a clear sign of the rising demand for coins tied to Queen Elizabeth II's coronation year. For today's market, the 1953 1 shilling has become a benchmark for serious collectors aiming to build a prestigious collection of British coins. Its increasing rarity in higher grades makes it an asset that is both historically significant and financially rewarding. As more collectors worldwide recognize the importance of this coin, especially in markets such as the United States and Europe, the competition for ownership continues to intensify. For collectors looking to add this piece to their collection, it is important to focus on condition and authenticity. Seeking coins that have been professionally graded and certified ensures you are getting genuine value. Pay close attention to luster, sharpness of detail, and any signs of wear. Auctions, trusted numismatic dealers, and established online platforms remain the best avenues to secure such rare examples. Investing in a 1953 1 shilling is not just about owning a coin, it is about securing a piece of history that continues to grow in importance and demand. In conclusion, the 1953 1 shilling coin of the United Kingdom is a masterpiece of numismatic heritage that embodies cultural pride, historical significance, and remarkable investment potential. With its fine condition examples already commanding values as high as $43,000 and even $55,000 at leading auction houses and online markets, this coin stands as a shining example of how history and rarity combine to create lasting value. For collectors, it represents both a treasure of the past and a promising asset for the future, ensuring its position as one of the most desirable coins in the world of British numismatics. At number 2, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin of 1960. This coin, though seemingly modest in its time, has become a prized treasure for collectors around the globe, and today we will explore its background, its cultural and historical importance, its physical characteristics, and most importantly its current standing in the collector's market, where it has astonished many with its rising value. The 1961 shilling coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a time when Britain was experiencing both social and economic transformation. The shilling was a part of the pre-decimal coinage system and represented 1/20th of a pound sterling, which was a significant denomination in everyday transactions. Beyond its monetary use, this coin holds immense cultural value because it represents the stability of Britain in the post-war years, while also carrying the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting the start of a new era under her reign. It is a snapshot of British life and monarchy in the early 1960s, and that alone adds to its desirability for collectors worldwide. When we examine the specifications of the coin, the 1961 shilling was struck in cupronickel, with a standard weight of approximately 5.65 grams and a diameter of 23.5 millimeters. Its obverse bears the first definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick, a design admired for its elegance and youthful depiction of the monarch without a crown. On the reverse side, two versions exist depending on whether the coin was intended for use in England or Scotland. The English version features 3 lions passant guardant, while the Scottish version proudly displays a lion rampant on a shield. Both designs represent the strength and heritage of the United Kingdom, making this coin a true emblem of national identity. What makes the 1961 shilling coin so fascinating is not only its history but also the factors of rarity and condition that drive its demand in today's collector markets. While millions were produced for circulation, very few have survived in truly exceptional states of preservation. Coins that have remained in fine or uncirculated condition are now considered scarce, and when graded at the highest levels such as Mint State 65, they achieve extraordinary prices. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have sharp details, full luster, and minimal signs of handling, as these qualities significantly increase both desirability and market value. Speaking of value, the 1961 shilling has taken on a remarkable status in the numismatic world. In recent years, coins in superb condition graded at MS65 have been recorded selling for around $39,000, a staggering figure that highlights the incredible demand for these coins. Even more astonishing, certain auctions, including major platforms such as heritage auctions and listings on eBay, have seen this very same coin fetch up to $47,000, which truly cements its position as a high-demand collector's item. These figures are not just symbolic, they reflect the growing recognition of the coin's importance, its rarity in pristine condition, and the willingness of collectors to pay premium prices to secure one for their collections. For collectors who are either seasoned or just beginning, the 1961 shilling offers a fantastic opportunity. The key is to always look for coins in the finest condition possible, as quality is what drives the greatest demand. When searching for such coins, one should always consider trusted auction houses and well-established platforms to ensure authenticity. Keeping a close eye on grading details, provenance, and presentation can make the difference between an ordinary acquisition and a truly exceptional investment. Proper storage is also vital. Keeping coins in protective holders, away from humidity and handling, ensures they maintain their condition and continue to appreciate in value. In conclusion, the United Kingdom One Shilling coin of 1960 is far more than just a piece of pre-decimal currency. It is a powerful reminder of British history, culture, and artistry, while also being a treasure of immense value in the modern numismatic market. Its beauty, its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign, and its scarcity in high grades have made it one of the most sought-after coins for collectors, capable of achieving tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Whether valued at $39,000 in MS65 or soaring to $47,000 in competitive sales, this coin proves itself as a true gem for those passionate about British coins. For anyone looking to enrich their collection with a piece of history that continues to rise in esteem and value, the 1961 shilling stands as a shining example of opportunity, heritage, and timeless demand. At number 3, the One Shilling coin of the United Kingdom from the year 1956 is a true gem in the world of numismatics and holds a distinguished place in the hearts of both historians and coin enthusiasts. This coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, only a few years into her monarchy, and carries with it not only the beauty of its design but also the cultural weight of a post-war Britain that was still reshaping its national identity. The shilling itself was a vital part of everyday British commerce for centuries, equivalent to 12 old pence in the pre-decimal system, and its 1956 edition reflects a time when coins were more than just currency, they were symbols of heritage and continuity. Culturally, the One Shilling coin of 1956 resonates with great importance because it bridges tradition and modernity. On one side it bears the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which is widely regarded as one of the most elegant and graceful royal portraits ever placed on a British coin. This portrait symbolized optimism and renewal in the early years of her reign. On the reverse, two distinct designs were issued, one featuring the English crest of the lion standing upon a crown, and another with the Scottish shield and lion rampant, acknowledging the United Kingdom's diversity and uniting spirit. This dual-issue feature adds an additional cultural value that makes the 1956 shilling especially appealing to collectors across the globe. When it comes to weight and composition, the 1 shilling coin of this period was struck in cupronickel following the withdrawal of silver coinage in 1947. It weighed approximately 5.65 grams with a diameter of 23.5 millimeters, giving it a solid and reassuring feel in the hand. These practical specifications meant it was well suited for daily use, yet today they help authenticate genuine pieces and distinguish them from replicas. Several key facts stand out about the 1956 1 shilling coin. It was minted in comparatively modest numbers compared to more common issues of the same decade, and with the passage of time, coins that have survived in pristine, fine, or uncirculated condition are considerably fewer. Collectors also find the dual reverse designs to be a fascinating talking point, with many preferring to acquire both varieties for a complete representation of British numismatic history. These historical and design elements make the coin much more than just a monetary artifact. It is a snapshot of a nation's story told in metal. Rarity and condition play the greatest role in determining the desirability and market value of this coin. While circulated examples can still be found in collections, coins preserved in fine or especially mint state condition are in very high demand. For instance, a 1956 shilling graded at the prestigious level of MS65 has been known to achieve market values of around $35,000 due to its near-perfect preservation. Even more remarkably, at major auction houses such as heritage auctions and across premium listings on platforms like eBay, examples of this coin have reached staggering hammer prices of up to $43,000, underlining just how coveted these rare specimens are among passionate collectors. Such figures highlight not only the rarity of the coin in top condition, but also the strong appetite from international markets where British coinage is revered. For collectors interested in pursuing the 1956 1 shilling coin, the advice is clear: focus on quality, provenance, and authenticity. Coins that come with grading certificates from trusted authorities, or those with a verifiable auction record, are particularly worth considering. Patience is key, as these high-grade examples do not appear frequently, but when they do, they represent a valuable opportunity for long-term investment as well as historical appreciation. Checking specialist auction sites, numismatic fairs, and reputable online platforms can often lead to surprising finds, but due diligence is always essential to ensure the legitimacy of any purchase. In conclusion, the 1 shilling coin of the United Kingdom from 1956 is much more than an old piece of change. It is a piece of national history, a work of art, and an investment all rolled into one. With its royal portrait, cultural symbolism, and increasing rarity, it continues to attract worldwide admiration and record-breaking prices. Whether valued at $35,000 in MS65 condition or reaching as high as $43,000 on the global auction stage, this coin demonstrates that British numismatic treasures still command an extraordinary level of respect and desire. For any serious collector, adding a 1956 shilling in fine or mint state condition is not just a purchase, it is the acquisition of a timeless legacy. At number 4, the 1 shilling coin of the United Kingdom minted in 1959 is a treasured piece of British numismatic history, representing not only an essential part of mid-20th century coinage but also carrying with it a cultural and historical richness that continues to capture the imagination of collectors across the world. At first glance it may appear to be a simple coin of the pre-decimal system, but in truth, the 1959 shilling holds remarkable significance, especially when examined in fine condition and even more so in the rare higher grades that collectors now seek with fervent enthusiasm. When we look back at the cultural and historical values of this coin, we are immediately transported to an era where Britain was redefining its post-war identity, and its coinage reflected both heritage and continuity. The shilling itself had been a staple of British currency for centuries, symbolizing unity, trade, and everyday life across the nation. The 1959 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and her youthful portrait on the obverse side of the coin signified renewal and the beginning of a new era for Britain. On the reverse, depending on the type, one could find the English or Scottish shield design, each emblematic of the kingdom's rich heraldic traditions and the pride of the four nations. Such imagery was not merely ornamental, it reflected the values of identity and unity within the United Kingdom, making the coin far more than just a means of payment. In terms of physical details, the 1959 1 shilling coin was struck in cupronickel, following the post-1947 transition away from silver coinage. The weight of the coin stood at approximately 5.65 grams, with a diameter of 23.6 millimeters, providing a compact yet solid feel in hand. Its durability is one of the reasons why so many examples have survived to this day, though finding coins in pristine, untouched condition is considerably more difficult. These technical specifications may appear modest, but together with the coin's design and historical background, they contribute to its enduring collectability. The key facts about the 1959 shilling centre on its dual design. Collectors will know that during this period, both English and Scottish reverse designs were minted, catering to national pride within the Union. This duality makes the series particularly appealing, as enthusiasts often seek to acquire both variations. Additionally, the coin represents one of the earlier Elizabeth II issues, and coins from this period are always sought after as they embody the optimism and freshness of her long reign's beginning. Rarity plays an essential role in collector demand, and while the 1959 shilling is not the rarest of all British coins, what sets it apart is the condition. In circulated form, examples are common enough, but when we turn to high-grade specimens, those preserved in mint state or certified at MS65 and above, the coin's desirability soars dramatically. Coins with sharp details, lustrous surfaces, and minimal wear are extremely difficult to obtain, and it is in this upper echelon of quality that the true value of the 1959 shilling reveals itself. This brings us to the coin's current market value in today's numismatic world. In fine condition, the 1959 One Shilling may fetch a modest sum, but in superb quality, especially at the MS65 grade, it has been valued at around $23,000. What is even more remarkable is that certain rare pieces, when they appear at auction houses such as heritage auctions or on platforms like eBay, have achieved prices as high as $32,000. This illustrates not only the strength of demand, but also the fact that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for coins that exhibit near-perfect preservation. The steady rise in these prices also suggests that the market views the 1959 shilling as a coin with enduring potential, not simply a passing trend. For collectors who are considering adding this coin to their portfolios, there are several tips worth keeping in mind. First and foremost, condition should always take priority. A coin in average quality will never hold the same allure or investment potential as one in exceptional state. It is therefore advisable to seek out certified examples graded by trusted agencies to ensure authenticity and condition. Furthermore, attention should be paid to both the English and Scottish reverse types, as owning both adds depth and completeness to any collection. Patience is also key, for while it may be tempting to acquire the first available specimen, waiting for a coin of superior quality can make all the difference in long-term value. The demand is not just from British collectors but from numismatists worldwide who appreciate the coin's history and rarity. In conclusion, the 1959 One Shilling coin of the United Kingdom is much more than a relic of a bygone currency system. It stands as a bridge between tradition and modernity, a reflection of national pride, and a highly desirable collectible in the world of numismatics. Its cultural resonance, combined with its rising market value, reaching up to $23,000 in MS65 and even $32,000 in select auctions, makes it a coin that continues to command admiration and attention. For anyone passionate about British coinage, acquiring a 1959 shilling in fine or uncirculated condition is not merely an investment but also a celebration of history, heritage, and artistry. At last, the 1957 One Shilling belongs to the pre-decimal coinage system, a system that in itself carries an enormous amount of tradition and meaning, and therefore this coin represents far more than just its face value. It is a link to the nation's collective memory. The cultural and historical importance of the 1957 shilling lies in its association with Queen Elizabeth II, who had only recently ascended to the throne in 1952. At that stage, her reign was still in its early years, and coins minted during this time reflected a fresh era of British history. The shilling was a coin of everyday use, commonly found in the pockets and purses of the people, yet with the passage of time, such coins have acquired a deep sense of nostalgia. They remind us of a Britain that was still rooted in traditions while gradually moving towards modernity. Collectors today value these coins not just for their metallic worth but for the symbolic role they played during an era of rebuilding and renewal after the war. In terms of its physical details, the One Shilling coin of 1957 carries a weight of 5.65 grams and has a diameter of 23.6 millimeters, being struck in cupronickel rather than silver, as silver had been withdrawn from general circulation coins after 1946. Despite this change, the design remained regal and strong. The obverse bears the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Mary Gillick, a portrait that has become iconic and is instantly recognized by coin enthusiasts. The reverse design depended on the type. There were English and Scottish versions, both of which emphasized the unity and traditions of the United Kingdom. These are key facts that make the 1957 shilling unique and sought after, as even small variations in design often spark major interest among dedicated collectors. When considering rarity and collector demand, It is important to note that while the shilling was a relatively common coin in circulation, examples in fine or uncirculated condition from 1957 are not easy to come by. Many were heavily used in daily transactions, which means coins that have survived in well-preserved states have become rare treasures. For collectors who place importance on condition and grading, the value of this coin rises steeply with the preservation of its details, luster, and sharpness of strike. A coin graded at MS65, meaning gem uncirculated with superb eye appeal, has been recorded fetching around $19,200, and in some cases, depending on auction circumstances and competitive bidding, examples have sold for as high as $24,000 on renowned platforms such as eBay, heritage auctions, and other international coin markets. This demonstrates just how strong the demand is when quality and rarity align. For those who are keen to enter the world of coin collecting, the 1957 One Shilling is an excellent example of how a coin with seemingly modest origins can achieve such astonishing value. Collectors are advised to carefully examine the quality of the coin, considering factors such as surface preservation, original mint shine, and whether the coin has been kept free from wear or handling marks. Authenticity is also vital, and purchasing through respected dealers, auction houses, or established online platforms ensure security and trust in what is often a competitive field. The passion for coins like the 1957 shilling lies in their ability to combine artistry, history, and investment potential all in one. In conclusion, the One Shilling coin of the United Kingdom from 1957 is far more than just a piece of metal with a denomination. It is a rare and highly desirable artifact that represents a significant chapter of British history under Queen Elizabeth II. Its cultural and historical resonance, coupled with its scarcity in high grades, has elevated it to a position of great esteem among collectors worldwide. With market values soaring from nearly $19,200 for an MS65 graded piece to upwards of $24,000 in prestigious auctions, the coin stands as a powerful reminder of how objects from everyday life can transform into treasures of immense worth. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, this coin is a shining example of rarity meeting demand, and it will undoubtedly continue to be pursued with passion in the years to come. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned to World Numismatic Finds for more rare and valuable coin discoveries from around the world.